Well, according to Redfin, the average sale price of a home in San Antonio last month was $295,000. That's up 12% since the same time last year. But with questionable national economy and an apparent pullback in offers on homes, how does the local real estate market look, and what comes next?
That's why joining us in today's Leading SA segment is Jack Hawthorne, CEO of Keller Williams Heritage. Good morning, Jack. Thank you so much for making time for us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So, Jack, are we starting to see a slowdown in the local housing market?
Well, you look at it in two different ways, right? So you have the number of homes sold, and then you also have the value of those homes. So the number of homes sold is absolutely slowing down a little bit. We've saw those units drop about 15% year over year. However, we're also seeing the price of homes still going up year over year, about 12%. So while we're seeing less homes sold overall, we're not seeing any of the values go down.
And we've heard that there is a national economic turmoil. So how does that affect us locally? Are we seeing that same here?
It makes sense. And so what happens for a lot of folks when a recession occurs, and right now it's debatable on whether or not we're in a recession, depending on who's up for election or what may be going on. What happens is enough people freak out about something, it can become a reality. In San Antonio, we have such a strong hyper-local market. It's propped up by a lot of different things that the national economy simply doesn't have the luxury of having. And so because of that, our market will likely grow a little bit slower than it's been growing, but there's no reason to believe it's going to go backwards.
So we've been talking for the last few months about some of the trends that you guys are seeing. What are those prominent trends right now, and where are people moving in and around our area?
Sure. So one of the biggest trends we've seen, and this happens every time the market moves, is rents have actually gone up about 21% year over year, which is a lot. And that's one of the things we say. It's like toothpaste. Once the toothpaste is out of the tube, it's probably not going back in. Rents don't go back down. And so we've seen a lot of people still moving from out of state to San Antonio. We've also seen a lot of people that have been priced out of Austin moving to New Braunfels and to the east side of San Antonio because it's much more affordable, and it's about a 45-minute to an hour commute, depending on when you make it. That's one of the most surprising trends we've seen that we weren't really expecting.
Okay, so staying on that, I was going to ask you, so do you think what happened in Austin is going to happen in San Antonio? Since, they're moving down to New Braunfels, the east side of San Antonio, will we eventually see the crazy prices like Austin is seeing in real estate?
So I certainly don't have a crystal ball. However, the reason I don't believe, right, and I want to be honest, right, the reason I don't believe that's going to happen, though, is because Austin was designed intentionally to reject growth. And if you look historically, that's how it was designed. The original founders did not want that to happen. San Antonio is very growth-minded. They want to bring in economy. They want to bring people in and have it a very, diverse economy with a lot of different services being offered. We also have the ability to expand in a lot of different directions. And so we see new builds and housing or tract builders coming in. They're throwing on a lot more inventory than they've been able to in the past. As supply lines start to free up a little bit, we see a lot of people still selling their homes and moving around. And so no, we don't have any expectation that we're going to hit those crazy 25-30% appreciation years, because that's not healthy, it's not sustainable, and it's really not good for the economy.
Now, we're seeing more people move from Austin, but during the pandemic, we saw people from around the country move to San Antonio. Are you guys still seeing a lot of out-of-staters move to our area?
Absolutely. So San Antonio is one of the most popular places nationally for people to move. The reason for that is because we have great infrastructure here, not necessarily, public commute, but we have great infrastructure for a lot of housing. Even though we are in a shortage, there's still a lot more than there are in other places. We're a very affordable place to live. And it does seem that our local government is really pushing initiatives to put more money and more attention into areas of town that are traditionally underdeveloped or not as popular. So they're looking to spread that commerce around as much as they can. And that just gives a lot of opportunity for out-of-towners that they just didn't have elsewhere.
All right, Jack Hawthorne, CEO of Keller Williams Heritage. Lots of great insight into our local real estate market. Thank you so much, sir, for your time.